Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Side 11, aka Signmatics, because when I start talking, man, the word starts getting animated, and the signs just get real matic. Shit just start appearing. All right, now, man, I'm just speaking on how people want to come in the name and in the title of somebody else simply because they know that the name and the title that they are coming in the name of has more energy than them. Meaning, so check this out. When people come in the name of something else, like a title, or a virtue, or like a president, or oh, I represent this stance. I voted for Joe Biden. So in a way, they take on the identity of Joe Biden and the title of Joe Biden, and automatically they think that validates them to like some kind of higher cause, some kind of, or people will come in the name of being against Donald Trump, and people will start thinking, oh, this must mean I have a higher cause. This must mean I have a higher purpose. From the perspective of you not doing anything personally, but you taking up the banner and a flag of somebody else. Now, why would you take up the cause of somebody else whom you do not even truly know? For all you know, this person can be just on the stage trying to get you to do something. But even that's another topic for another time. See, a lot of pastors, a lot of Muslims, a lot of Christians, a lot of those religious folks that are not truly spiritual or intelligent like that to even know what they're doing or to even tell other people what they're doing. A pastor, a Muslim, they will always come to you in the name of somebody else. So a Muslim will come to you in the name of Abu Shahid Ahmed, Abu Hadud. A Christian would come to you in the name of Jesus Christ, a Yeshua, a Khubashat. But why do they do that though? You know why they do that? It's because they don't have any energy themselves. They don't have a commanding presence. They don't have charisma. They don't have the ability to shine in darkness. So they need someone else's mentality to cover themselves like a hijabi female. But we're looking at this from a mental perspective because people don't want to present themselves. People don't want to show the depth of their spirit because people are too afraid to travel to their subconscious, aka their hell, and grab the keys of life from there by fighting with your own mentality, aka wrestling with God. So these people a lot of the times are very weak, very immature, people who haven't reached a spiritual evolution, people who are on a spiritual de-evolution, because when we say de, meaning they have a degenerated mental vehicle, and a mental vehicle is just a light form, and a light form is just a consciousness that you create or you receive from somebody. So a lot of these people feel automatically that they're enlightened. No, not enlightened. Illuminated. That's what they got. They got illuminated because the way they became aware is through someone else's consciousness, someone else's light. Now that's not a bad thing. There's a lot of people here that got good consciousness, good lights to send off via their vocal cords or via their expression of art or via their art of sculpting. The many arts that exist on earth, the art of acting, you know what I mean? The art of comedy. There's many ways to communicate a point that we carry with our consciousness to other people. So a lot of these people haven't developed the mental maturity to even go on to the next level. And if the next level is you going into yourself and you being able to grab those keys, and those keys are just the keys to you, and those keys unlock a new door for you to walk through, a new possibility, a new reality. How many people are afraid of the unknown today? People want to be told about the unknown before they even step into the unknown. Like, people want to read a book about what happens after death instead of just seeing what happens around them and just coming to a conclusion themselves. Then you can write a book, because how did that person even write a book about what goes on about death if they haven't even experienced it? That lets you know that they either a fraud or they really know some spiritual information, and that spiritual information has already exists all around us, because all life forms are related of how they come here and how they leave here. We're all a form of consciousness. Now if you have a human vessel, obviously your consciousness has been a little bit developed. Some people were animals before, some people were just air particles before, because we as a spirit develop our awareness in the sphere that we are in this firmament that we are in, so we can take on greater bodies, greater vehicles. So then one day we can create a great vehicle, which is nothing but a great mind to penetrate this firmament and stage exit left. And that's the whole purpose. Not the whole purpose of your existence, because spirits just want to exist. Like spirits just want to create bodies. Spirits love life and death. Spirits love expiring. Spirits love giving life to things, and spirits love taking life away from things. So giving life is like an angelic form. Taking life is like a demonic form. But these are all mental forms that we take. Now, for somebody to grab someone else's mental form and use it, that says that you have a lack of knowing about the self. And when you have a lack of knowing about the self, you have no choice but to get you some mental help, some self-help. And so the self-help industry isn't even what you think it is. It is the most useless. It is the most pathetic. It is the most it just does not work like that. As a very few people know what they're doing. Very few people know what they're doing. And I'm assuming that a lot of these self-help authors know what they're doing, but they're just not going to tell you up front that you're going to keep needing their mind, their consciousness, because they created those thoughts and feelings. So only they can kind of keep it going. Yeah, you can try to mimic someone else's thoughts and feelings, but instead of you doing that, why don't you just create your own thought and feeling as a mental cloth, and then you can be a whole new representation and a whole new example here on earth. You can have a whole new position for yourself. You can be that person. You can be that one boy wonder. You could be someone entirely new, but instead you want to come in the name of Jesus. You want to come tell me what Jesus said 2,000 years ago after his word has been edited by multiple goddamn authors, which it doesn't even matter, which it's not even like that at all. If you read the Bible literally, you're lost. If you read the Quran literally, you're lost. If you think the Bible is a history book, you're lost. If you read the Quran and you think the Quran is a history book, you're lost. They're books about metaphysics and spiritualities and the mistakes. The Quran is about the mistakes that the Christians were doing because they thought the Bible was a history book. Because when someone else has a weak spirit, they create a subculture from that culture, from the main culture. And then they want to become rulers using someone else's system instead of creating their own system. That's why a lot of generations are falling short. That's why a lot of Christians kind of fell short as time went on. That's why they kind of started getting wrecked by Muslims and shit. It's not because God wasn't involved in it. It's because they thought in their head, okay, if we win this battle, that means God is with us. If they win this battle, God is with them. Now, it gets deep because even a lot of the Islam history is like false, and a lot of the Christian history is like, because you know these niggas, they always reconstruct history. They always play with history. They always play with the, you know, with the variables, aka them being operational variables. You being able to move them around, and you being able to generate different outcomes based on that. So that's really what it is. So always come in the name of yourself, because if you can't come in the name of yourself, that just means you're weak. I'm sorry. That means you're slow. But if you're weak, if you're slow, realize it now so that you don't die weak and slow. Because guess what? That's where you're going. You're going to go somewhere else where you're going to need someone else's mind more now. Because that's the type of form you created. You're going to create a form that looks for light outside of it. And you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want to look for consciousness. You don't want to look for light outside of you. You want to be the source of the light. You want to be the generator. You want to be the one that destroys. You want to be the one that operates that. You want to be the one that operates your positive and your negative. You don't want to be the one destroying certain aspects of yourself based on what someone else's opinion is, because good and evil, again, is nothing but based on just a relative view based on the position. And that's it. A ruler would look at a rebellion like it's evil. How dare these people do this? Go back to your cattle, sheep or whatever. But the rebel leader is going to be looking, we are doing the good thing. We are doing the right, just thing. You are not being a wise, right ruler. See, good and evil is nothing but something that's based on a relative position. So the sun, when it sees the moon, good and evil is nothing but based on a relative position. And that's it. It don't go no further than that.